Retreat if you know what's good for you.
I see one, eh?
Anything in armor is all
This one's blood!
Raging Cascade! I'll have to take my revenge on you!
Engaging!
I can carve through walls.
It's almost too strong.
Split it open.
Be my guest.
Thank you.
Divine Fusion!
Ready for support.
Raging Cascade! Raging Cascade! Sweet out! I'll be saving this! It's weakened!
This ends now!
Stalagmite.
Tidal wave!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Let's see what you've got.
Raging Cascade! Annihilation! In here!
Where are you going?
Hard blow!
Shattering of pieces.
Those flying creatures are a real pain in the butt!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Blah blah blah! Tidal wave! Mega ray! Here's a healing arc! Raging Cascade! First aid! Sealed!
You picked the wrong fight!
I'll be safe! Annihilation! Mega ray! Sealed! More for the stockpile! Tidal wave! Raging Cascade! Close one! Here's another!
Wide open!
It won't escape me.
Raging
No further.
Radiant Pierce! Dance in the wind! Back into the fray! Sweet mouth! Starting wind! Carve down through walls! Radiant Field!
Now you see what I can do.
I'll be saving this one! I'm out of energy!
Demon Fang!
I'll blind you with
Nail gun! That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Raging Cascade! Radiant Pierce!
Rising
Sweet
Water!
mouth! Here I
You
go!
finished!
Field! Not in your dream! Mega Ray! Annihilation! Too much to handle! You get the gist! In here! Here goes!
Demon Fang!
Oh, magic is out! Sealed!
Ignite!
I can handle it! Mega Ray! Annihilation! Nail strike! I'm all stuffed up! Do it! Dohalim!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Everyone's still in one piece? Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
What is this?
If Almadria's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Dahnan mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. One last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almadria.
There she is! Almadria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Dahnan Witch.
Almadria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mies. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almeidria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold! Enjoy your meal! Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you! This one's mine! Raging Cascade! Sleep now!
This one's mine! Begin!
Mega Ray! Blah 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 magic! Freeze, but not in your dreams! Raging Cascade! Take it! Sleep now! Mega Ray! Magic Azam! Sleep now! The water blah blah blah! Tidal Wave!
Take this! Anything in armor is all mine! I'll smash you!
Here goes!
Rising off you! Rising Phoenix! Demon Fang!
Mega Ray!
Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Not in your dreams! Lightning condemns! Sealed! I never miss! Magic is there! Holy Lance!
Can't get out of this!
Into the shadows!
Now you see what I can do! Here I come!
Mega Annihilation! Here goes! Watch them bleach!
Take this! Thanks!
Not on my watch!
Stay away!
now. Blah, 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 magic! Magic is in! The water, blah, blah, blah.
Take this! Now you see what I can do! Take this!
Sealed!
Leave the chargers to me!
Close one! Gotcha! Let the marksman handle this! Where are you going? Crush them! Help this!
Far enough! What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready! In here! Back into the fray! More where that came from! Sleep now. Here, let me help.
Can you take it?
First aid! Blah, 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 action! Sleep now.
You picked the wrong fight!
More where that came from!
Take this!
Healing circle!
Armor won't save you!
I can only rely on
Raging cascades! Spread! The close one! Got here! Close one! Gotcha! Healing Graviton field! Back into the
I can handle it!
Can't get out of this!
It's over!
Far enough!
Resonate with the earth!
Artist one's mine!
Ignite!
Into the shadows! Raging cascade!
Anything in armor is all mine! I can carve through armor!
There! Not in your dreams! Gotten! How's this? Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Annihilation! Head steering! More where that came from! There! Dance in the wind! Mega ray! In here! Do it! Kisara frozen!
Hammer!
Magic is in! Field! Searing flame! Reload!
They're attacking separately!
Can't really hit on her!
Keep an eye on her! And take out the monster first!
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that!
Yeah! Take it away!
So you clamor for my true power?
Take
Okay!
From beyond, in beauty.
Not done yet! Here I come!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Here goes!
Far enough! You will suffer!
Not on my watch! Raging cascades! In here! More where that came from! Raging cascades!
Behold my true
Sleep now.
power.
That looks bad.
Wits about you, people!
This one's mine!
Magic is in! Mega ray! Freeze
Take
blaster!
this!
Raging cascades! Here!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Ready!
Resonate with the
I'll
earth!
never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! You don't scare me!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now! Here!
Resonate with... the earth!
Freeze blaster! One more!
Shattering
Mega
the
ray!
pieces! Attack time!
Seal! Take it! Go! Sleep now! I'll be saving this one! Searing flame! Reload!
I'm ready!
Nail you! Here!
Far enough!
Not in your dreams!
You're mine!
Still cold!
You're finished!
Raging cascade! Cover the caster! Close one! Gotcha!
You're mine! Flash!
Gotcha! I'll kill you all!
Take this!
Healing! This one's mine!
Right!
Not today!
Searing flame!
Armor won't save you!
Reload! Dance in the wind! Reload! Sleep now!
Right!
Here, let me help! Ow! Back in pathetic! Ready to go! Not in your dreams! Into the shadows!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Seal!
You will suffer!
Can't get out of this!
Maelstrom!
I can carve through armor!
Behold my true power!
Raging Cascade!
Her Master Core!
Not while I'm around, she isn't! Seal!
Burn in hell!
More for the stockpile! Hit!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
Far enough!
Natural
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
A mysterious avalanche runs
Retreat from the start.
And now, they're mine! Annihilate! In here!
You will suffer! Try and run!
Can you take it?
Behold my
Arch
true
Seal!
power!
Not in your dreams! Ready to go! Raging Cascade! Sleep now!
In a bind?
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before
Magic
impending
is
calamity!
Freeze Lancer!
Chaotic disaster!
I couldn't make it in time. Rotating pile driver!
Raging Cascade!
Leave the torch will suffer!
Raging Curse! Spread! Rage!
It's go time! I can carve through armor!
Arch Seal! Raging Cascade! In here! Annihilation! Magic Kazam! Freeze! Lancer!
Megasonic thrust!
Here's another! Bullseye! Blah, blah, blah!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before... Impending calamity!
I never miss!
Chaotic
I'll end you!
disaster!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Danon, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Danon or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again.
Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to
make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganeth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more. Stop right there! Think you can cut me down? What?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Xion!
Alvin!
Xion!
Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign. After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Iori.
Alphen. Live for me.
No. Iori. No!
Wait, please. Wait, What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Niori. Shion. Damn it.
Pierce! Demon Fang! Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Pierce! Ta-da! Demon Fang! Megasonic Thrust! Hold nothing back! Megasonic Thrust! Pierce! Demon Fang! Rising Wyvern! It's on! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! Eat dirt! Mirage! There! Demon Fang! Megasonic Thrust! Pierce! Here I could... Demon Fang! Rising Wyvern! Start! Not a chance! I'm not done! Demon Fang! Pierce! Megasonic Thrust! Rising Wyvern! It's over! Here I come! It's over! Demon Fang! You're mine! It's over! Rising Wyvern! Take this! Rising Falcon! You're finished! Demon Fang! It's on! Eat dirt! Take this! It's over! Pierce!
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle? Raging Cascade!
Here I come!
Sleep now. I'll be saving this one.
Swallow blade! Test flight!
If it hides, just back it out again. Sealed. I'll be saving this one. Magic Azam! Divine Savior!
Swallow blade!
Stand to the wind! Sleep now.
Thank you.
Magic Azam! Sleep now. work. Magic is there!
In a bind?
Cyclone!
Rending you apart!
Dance in the wind!
Crush!
Air thrust!
Double Demon Fang! Destruction! Eternal devastation!
Dance in the wind!
Demon Fang!
Sleep now.
Take this!
Sealed.
Rising
I'll be
Falcon!
saving this one. One lap you get the gist. Cyclone!
Take this! Demon, finish it!
I'm ready for the next battle. Speaking of Thistlelim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah,
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. Hmm? You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Coming
Dance
through!
in the wind! Art sealed!
You're mine! Not today!
Sleep now.
Swallow Blade!
Cyclone! Air thrust! One last one!
Eagle Ray!
Here goes!
I'll face you! Sword Rain out!
Eagle
Ray! Blow away!
Here goes!
Eternal
One last
devastation!
one!
What?
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Sleep now.
You're mine!
In here!
Lunar Rondo!
More where that came from!
Dragon-sonic thrust! Dragon Swarm!
Here we
Finish
go.
it!
Bullseye! Not on my watch! Dance in the wind!
Elusive deity!
Sealed!
Rotating pile driver! Do it!
Sleep now.
Not today!
Cyclone! Here goes! Go get him!
Take it
Take that!
Double Demon Fang!
Raging Cascade!
Resonate with the earth! Sonic thrust!
Hit!
I'm ready! In an instant! Impact thrust!
Could have been worse.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah. And now we can finally go rescue Xion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dano. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Xion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Xion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Xion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think? What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
And I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, This all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or 2 ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zuko policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then. In a bind?
This one's mine!
Now I'm real mad. The enemy wields art too.
you'll soon see about that!
Megasonic thrust! Rising
Raging storm! Puddle! Photon blast in the wind! Here goes!
Stand back.
Not in your
I'll
dreams.
trip it up.
How about
Here I come!
Astral Blast in the wind!
Eat dirt!
Sleep now.
Rising
More
Wyvern!
for the sun!
Mirror Gate! Rising Falcon! Megasonic! You'll pay for that! Demon Fang! Stardust! Demon! I could do without this pain! Demon Fang! Megasonic Thrust! Pierce!
Is this it?
Not done yet!
Photon dance in the wind!
The earth throbs in pain.
Break! Deep storm!
You're mine! You're finished!
Rinwell!
It's nothing. I'm all... Raging cascades! Spread!
Shield
Dance in the
and
wind! Air thrust! Photon! Who cares?
Can't end here!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
From beyond!
Shield!
Raging cascades! Spread! Sweet dreams!
Imbue this vanquished soul with life.
Spread!
Take this! Armor won't save you!
In here!
Rising
Seal! Cyclone! Right!
Prepare to be seized! Take this!
Demon Fang!
Lightning condemned!
Demon Fang!
Thunderblade!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bones with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistleum was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Xion?
Of course not! Xion's our friend! Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Xion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Okay.
Why?
Ugh. Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
Okay.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Did we really just spend that much money?
I'd like... to check their wares, if you don't mind. This flavor? Why, it rivals the cooking of my own chefs in the palace.
think Hootle senses an owl around here.
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hootle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered can be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Dance in the wind!
This one's all
Sleep
mine.
now.
Not today!
More for the sun, not in your dreams. Oh, magic is them! Sleep now. Hit! More where that came from.
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara. Here's it. Blah, blah, blah. Sealed. I'll be leaving this one.
You made me angry. That was a bad idea.
I'm on it!
Raging Cascade!
Now you see what I can do!
Raging Cascade! Hit! Take that! Meteor!
Come on, roll now!
This! In an instant! Impact Block!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
You need patience to fish. Reel it in. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Maybe you could keep it as a pet.
Is that the Zoogle we're looking for?
Go no further! In here! Sleep now!
Not today!
Heal! I owe you one.
Turn away! Raging
Heal you where
Cascade!
you stand!
Spread! Raging Cascade! In here! Sleep now!
Dragon Swarm!
More where that came from! Arch Steel! Take that! Not in your dreams!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Finish it! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Raging Cascade!
You're mine!
Spread! Raging Cascade! Spread!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia pride.
Benediction light.
Magic is
I'll
there!
take
In
your
here!
place with my shield.
Can't get out of this!
Here goes!
Be still!
More where that came from! Thunderblade! Lightning condemned! In here!
This one's mine!
More for the stockpile!
A charge like that could easily be
In
fatal.
here!
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Rising Wyvern!
Their arms were interrupted.
Raging Cascade!
Take it!
Megasonic thrust!
In here!
Pass through!
Arch Field!
Seismic rupture!
Demon Fang!
Make it rain!
Dance on the wind!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! Benediction light.
Rising Wyvern!
Cascade!
No escape!
Spread!
Mirage!
Raging Cascade!
Demon Fang!
Raging Cascade!
Doubling! In an instant! Impact Frost!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho 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 ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
I'll do my best.
Pieces!
You're mine!
He who prepares is free.
Not today!
Magic is there! Field, they rush you! You gotta jump for cover, okay?
Double Demon Fang!
Raging Cascade! Field!
Now you see what I can do! Heal!
Sleep well!
Demon Fang!
Tidal
Demon
Wave!
Fang!
Benediction light.
Look sharp.
Heal!
This one keeps charging us!
In the wind!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Good! I'll leave it to you! I can feel my power growing! Right, here goes!
Lightning condemned!
Resonate with the earth! Scream
Holy
faith
Land!
blood!
Lightning
Raising
condemned!
you up
Here
bloody
we go!
howling!
They may look
No
cute and
further.
stuff, but they're vicious!
Not today!
Lightning condemned!
Dance on the
In
wind!
here!
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out there.
I miss all the fun. No way.
Divine Sage!
Take this! Stalagmite!
Finish it! Doubling! In an instant! Impact Frost!
Lightning condemned!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa! Look
You're
sharp.
mine!
I'll smash you!
Look sharp. Make it rain.
Lightning condemned!
Piercing power.
Rending you up!
Bloody
Switch round.
Thunderblade!
Be still! Rising...
Here goes.
Dragon Swarm!
Go get him! Raging Cascade!
Piercing
This
power.
one's mine!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
An opponent like this should be easy.
In here!
Be still! Rising
Illume Magic Kazam! Seal! I'll be saving this one!
Take this!
Attack Magic Kazam!
Can you take it? Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
You get the gist. Seal! Divine! Far enough! Lightning Kazam! Seal! Make it ready! Kisara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Illume Magic Kazam! Holy Lightning! Here's Lightning Kazam! Thunder Blade! Raging Cascade! I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Raging Cascade! Press!
I feel sprightlier than before.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
Raging Cascade!
This one's mine!
Purge Malevolence! Arctic Sleep Loud!
This one! Rising Wyvern!
Tidal Wave!
This one's
Lightning Falcon!
Ready and raring! I can carve through
More for the stockpile!
denied!
Rising Wyvern!
Seal!
I'm not done!
I'm ready! All yours, Kisara!
Attack Magic Kazam! Divine Savior!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! A scream
Raging Cascade!
rending you a bloody howling!
Raging Cascade! Spread! Raging Cascade!
Resonate with the earth!
Here goes!
Stalagmite!
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat. There! Go no further! Lightning Kazam! Sleep now. Going in.
Can't get out of this!
Blah, blah, blah.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Divine Speed! Lightning!
I'll smash you!
Sleep now.
This one's mine!
Blah, blah, blah. Magic! Sleep now. get to this. I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Hey, anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Ridwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later.
What is this? Whoa!
Okay.
Okay. Yes!
What?
Really? Dohalim. Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your fish served grilled or raw?
I'll trust your judgment, Kisara. Discourteous, aren't you?
Heal!
Flaming
Be
meteor!
still! Rising Falcon!
Raging Cascade! Spread!
It's showtime!
Not on my watch!
I can carve through armor!
Scream bathed in blood.
Spread!
Bloody howl as you
Raging Cascade! Spread!
A charge like that could easily be
Raging
fatal.
Cascade!
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Raging Cascade!
Their arts were interrupted.
Tiger Blade!
Raging Cascade!
bloody howl!
Piercing roar! Far enough!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with lust. Resuscitation.
Raging Cascade!
Damn! Your arm!
Demon Fang! Double Demon
Raging
Fang!
Cascade! Spread!
Going in!
Raging Cascade! Spread!
Take this! Rising Wyvern!
Raging Cascade! I don't have
Not today!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Raging Cascade!
Demon
Take
Fang!
it! Elusive being!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Hi, Hoodle!
Addiction light. I've used too much.
Here goes!
Sword Rain!
Raging Cascade!
Beckon into everlasting
Seal!
darkness. Negative gate!
Demon Fang!
Bathed in blood.
Freeze now! I'll be saving this one!
Take this!
The water... Blah, 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 magic! Tidal wave! Raging cascade! Freeze now!
I'm ready!
Freeze! Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Do you think we'll be okay to keep going?
I make no guarantees.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Xion. I know we will.
Good. This came out just the way I hoped.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Xion waiting.